It's exactly 5:23 and 9:23 in Ghana. And they are sorry, movement for change for Abba officially say Omate political party. Alan Kyerematen and the group omuye NPP 4. And they are sorry, Alan Kyerematen's movement for change rebrands into political party, now known as United Party, UP. The new UP. Ebi amwa senkregwa mo amwo tafo pankrono mo amwo dichiwa mo mame krum denu ene mo papa krum ayeldo mo ebi amwo oboase dunkwaw amakom ene sebio enyenye nchirem ose de na Kelvin king yesi Alan de na waye Alan Kyerematen NPP fo a omuso hu omu se sebio party no enkoyi a omote omo ho no afede party na basa na nkasa omotu omo se omato party ni din UP. Enti movement for change na sebio eyekuo se sia de aye amanyokuo. There's a difference between a movement. Yenhia yenko kan adwene yenka bibi ma obi ehu se yeso ye pa de pa Ghana yeso pese nyoma ko ye friend movement okọ na we to abasako mu we nsada we kom we sire ye bosiri hehe ye friend movement ye nyina ya adwene ye se we de edi ekira ebeboaye and a movement and Alan Kyerematen say sesia no ye nto abasako mu biem sesia de yaje akonwa atena se wate de amanyokuo ye wo de ekuo ene amanyokuo ene party political party and Alan Kyerematen ate amanyokuo aye from United Party. United Party na mebekirawo ensembia ewosa wote ase na hu ene adekudie ntia ende NPP your friend New Patriotic Party no. Adekudie ntia Alan Kyerematen na nkoso o lead NPP before Ekufuado. Oje muma Ekufuado. Alan Kyerematen sebio obo no ho modern eye campaign. Sebio impempenso bi ojama Ekufuado edu na penso Ekufuado ne ba womiamo eka ne hyeye eburu ne chifo papa bi ani and wate ne ho akoti UP no me be kire wase. UP and they yati every MPP muno JJ Rollins kachire Ghana for na yentie.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us.
Ghana for no say MPP no. Oma esa chinchina. Oma ese edien eye abosoma kotre. O say omutumi tisa omo kala, omutumi sisa omo din. Omutumi esesa sene omo kasa. Omutumi esesa sene omo tie. Na omusu ne de ensesa. O say who they are, what they are, their nature, you cannot change them. They will come in different colors and in different names. And they are manifesting. Ama ye nyina ye hu say the NPP na eye fapem miensa ene gina so. The NPP has 3 pillars. Nye ka say NPP gina eye 3 pillars so a omu gina dankwa, domo ena buzia. These are the 3 pillars NPP e gina so. Nti NPP fo a ye woni pe bi a because of dankwa nti eno mo NPP mu. Ye woni pe bi so a because of dombo nti eno mo NPP mu. And ye woni pe bi a because of buzia enti no mo NPP mu. So three groups are omo nyina ewo omo ideas. Omo nyina efo omo adwene a omo kabo mu se omo beti one political party. And sa omo a omo gine mu ete NPP no a omo nyina free de UP mu no. Omo enananom a omo ye buziafo no se omate omo. Na buziafo nananom no omo ne Kyerematen ene omo a omo di Kyerematen echi e party ni mu. There's one interesting thing. For a long time, even though fapem miensa and NPP jinaso emane party no, ya single out only one of the three pillars and yamana be to say no and represent the party dankwa. So obo dombo fo a na obi bu se wo ye Jimmy fo. So oka buzia fo na na obi bu se wonim de woka. Na dankwa fo no ama party na be to say omo dia na sebio omo mpo na apore ho kakra ama dombo any buzia fo no. But it is something a manifesting. Now a party a what a 9 men say gina so. And the a 9 baako no say they are no more going to be part of that party, meaning party in 9 men. Now, let's take our time and step back a little bit. So uchi when ni ekwe kakra, this is what you see. And the air play out and they say a year omo a omati omo ho abeti UP foforo no enya wanwane nie. Let's go back a little bit. Obeti de ekoda se. And I said the ekos no obeti ase. Now, when you go back, you see this, the birth of the UP tradition, a coalition against one party rule. The birth of the UP tradition. Senior UP ebaye. Also tia say NPP every UP. The education kitu bi na afi the esin there yati UP foforo no beti ase. Now the birth of the UP tradition, a coalition against one party rule. Sa UP no adikudientia ye wu UP no na eye inkuo bi na keka omo hu bomu ema UP no ebeye UP. Inti UP no enye nipa baako. Eye inkuo ena omo ka omo hu bomu se omo mpene se Kwame Nkrumah ebedi Ghana so ono nkwa ne party no be wi ni power. Inti omo nyina ka omo hu bomu se omo ba be den ebe stop Kwame Nkrumah say obey president of Ghana. Now, when you read the history, this is what it says. In the wake of Ghana's independence in 1957, Kwame Nkrumah's Convention People's Party stood as the towering force in national politics. But beneath the surface of this new public, a diverse group of regional and ideological factions harbored deep concerns about Nkrumah's centralizing tendencies and the drift towards authoritarianism. Now, almost said could yentia ema a sa group of friend UP no eba and say in 1957 Kwame Nkrumah winning elections no nipakuo bi anase nkokuo bi adwene ye almost say senior Kwame Nkrumah ne CPP no ewini e power Ghana for editumi ahye omo nsem democratically no omo de na omo nti omo ho ase na omo adwene ye omo say Kwame Nkrumah beje okuro na boso Kwame Nkrumah ebe ya hantan Kwame Nkrumah ebe ye panyini bi a obeye kebi mami kebi obeye oma kebi mami kebi enkoso enti omo fo omo ho adwene say omo bepe ekwan bia so egu Kwame Nkrumah aban no. Now yanko enim me kira UP na se adekudie nti a ende yate UP foforo. Now, to suppress ethnic and regional political fragmentation, na Kwame Nkrumah per se, eye ade a ye friend inyimu, ekuo we, enton we, sa asum we, sa nipakuo we, sa enton we, sa ebusuafo we, na Kwame Nkrumah per se obras ade na se. Iti no ye. Nkrumah's government passed the Avoidance of Discrimination Act 1957, which banned parties based on ethnic, regional, and religious lines. It Kwame Nkrumah na on pese nipa bi ebeka se yebusua yenton bebia ye free osoma yesom kasa yeka ye chen ebi mu de ahye nipa bi nsunti odimra bi baya na efre no Avoidance of Discrimination Act 1957 sene beya ekuo bi nipa bi eye enton bi eye osum bi entumi hye Ghana for so. Now what happened? Inti doye ene say or the tabono eto any ekuo biya so say memma obia enye de Nkrumah, which banned parties based on ethnic, regional, and religious lines. Inti sa emranaba en yakasema obia ente political party a eye entonti ne yete. Memma obia ente political party wo Ghana eye osumbi nti ne yete. Memma obia ente political party e wo Ghana eye baby o tinti no teye. Obia opese o te political party bi na o se enjinaso no eye enjinaso a eye Ghana fo nyina adwene ponjinaso. Inti emane de emra bi ba se ontumi kase me ya hunani inti me ya hunani inti na yete political party was no ompene. Ontumi kase me ya mfantini inti ye ya mfantifo inti na yete political Kwame Nkrumah se ompene. Ontumi kase me ya santini inti yete party bi ya santifo party o se o de mraba ye ntumi nye. Ontumi kase me ye nkremoni intimating kremofo party. Ana ultimi ka say me Christoni, me ti Christo for part. Kwame Nkrumah dem rabbi say, so obete party it should be devoid of religious, ethnic, and what we call a regional basis, ana biases. Now, yekoye nimuno. Ironically, this forced desperate opposition groups to unite, giving birth to the United Party, UP, in 1957. Inti Nkrumah passes Amrano, and na sebio parties bi ana omonti omo ho ase, nipa bi ekuo bi ana omonti omo ase dabi, and ye nyina be kan ho abom na yakun eti Nkrumah. Every say na ebi mo epese omote party out of tribe. Na ebi mo pese omote party out of religion. Ebi mo pese omote party out of region. Inti omu nyina ba together ka say Nkrumah is our common enemy. Enomu ene yebeti bibi friend UP, United Party. Eno na omu de beti UP no. Enti UP no sa o pesa u de ma NPP beye NPP ayese de bia NPP for UP mu a. The reason tia yeti UP ni se na Nkrumah pesa obepene ma obiaka se me yankrani me asantini me yamfantini timate party ejina mekuo ana menton so. Because na Nkrumah person be pene se obi beka se me Roman ni me nkremoni me yede ni intimi gina no so de atepart na Nkrumah se eno so ompene. Nkrumah se enye bebi a wo free na obeka se me free ahuna memu nti me te party ama ahunafo dabi. Eno nti na ema nipa bi ba together say ende ye beti UP na ye nyina ye opposition parties a ye pese ye kutia Nkrumah because na nipa bi na group bi e pese omu gina enton so omo pese omu gina edian bebi omo te omo pese omu gina asumbi so edit political party into UP no and no nekofa UP ni baye. It was to fight against what we called the Avoidance of Discrimination Act. Now what did the NPP do? I'm talking about the UP. Edian na omo ye. Now remember, there is na middle kwa chiremu ate NPP na se enya party. Omo a dangerous group of people. Now the UP party UP na nkasa na omunie yen chirechirem na mdwedwe bibi mu nkyerɛw. The UP in 1957 constitutes ekuo ben about together ebe form UP. Bibi na ma kyerɛw bibi a trick wo. Na ma kyerɛw adikudie ntia ende eye omo UP mu no ate omo ho every NPP mu. There's a reason. And ana enkora mmabawa ene mbebo mu NPP kira na mo hoya memmobo o man se mmoa o mu ntumi nwene enko akire ye be use o mabo mu tuo esi o mu te se confirm because they don't even understand party do mu di akire hwade National Liberation Movement NLM led by Bafo Akoto, rooted in Asante nationalism and federalist ideals. Bafo Akoto no ya Asantini ono na ye otufo o sabre no na oye ne chiame. Bafo Akoto on the T NLM na ɔte no na nipa ɔka no homo tie no dankwa Nanado Dankwa Kufuor ebusuani dankwa no ha ɔno ene de Bafo Akoto ene ka omuti bo mu a omuti bibi efe no NLM nti na asantefo ne achimfo ene ba together enom ka se ende yeso yebeti party na yeso yebeti party ne de ekuokuo aka ye ho ne abe fight Kwame Nkrumah nti remember NLM no na Bafo Akoto ana oye saa time no otuufo ho no ne chiame on the £700 on the Ekufuor ebusuani efe no dankwa ha omo ene ete NLM now hadie bi omo ye ena omo frɛ Northern People's Party NPP na it was led by Simon Diodong Dombo inti NPP na Srimfo party na nipa ote sa party ano odi anim no ne frɛ no Diodong Dombo advocating for northern representation and development. Into omo de omo ka se omo betikuo na omo nyina akọ fighting Nkrumah no na NPP for omo srem no omo de na mpuntuo no omo pe eno na nti na omo join ye omo na nya bibia ha na nya se ohini bi ati omo krom ana omo ya na se ohini bi ana nton bi. Their sole purpose was to be part of this group send a development will come to the north and nti na Diodong Dombo eka say I want to be part of this coalition. Make sure be a motive, obia motive be omdi free ba. Remember, Ekufuor ebusuani dankwa one NLM ochiame na oye otumfo saabre no ne chiame asantini ba ko ne achimni ba ko de NLM National Liberation Movement. And omoka say oh NPP Northern People's Party mo meka ho. And omo say oh ye de development, ye pempuntio, ye pese mpuntio ba enti Dombo for no one ne nkofo ebe join sa coalition no. And hwan mo Muslim Association Party. And almost who said Habi in Kremofo Ghana. Inti Omo party of a Muslim Association Party representing Muslim interests, especially in urban centers. Omo the Omo no Omo okay. Yenin Kremofo na yewo krum kakrano. Yes, you pese abanti ye internet ni ebe join mo. They did not join because of hinibinti. They did not join because now we are Dagomba for, Sisala for, Mampurisi for, Dagati for. They joined because they wanted a year. In Kremosum, sebio emutreno, sebio abainso adwene bekoso. That's all. They were not in there because na ohinibi no more support no. And remember, some of them their intentions were clear. Now, and almost afre Unlock Youth Organization. And I'm saying that be so. And what they were doing is they were picking every single region because they wanted it to look like a united force. But the motive was that nani pebi ena ekreti omwaku and I'm afraid Unlock Youth Organization omo focus no was on our concerns in the Volta region. Enti awon afo no be join here no mo nyina idea ni nyina say na omo pese in one nyoma bia ekokoso ewa hunamemu a sebio aban no enhyeda ani nkoho no omo be join your coalition we send be ya aban ni be ko. They didn't come because they were indebted to a chief. Because na omo clan, omo busua bi, they joined because they also wanted the government of the day or Ghanaians to know say, ahuna memu no, nyoman kitinkiti bi koso a omo ni nje ho. They were not coming to join because they hated Nkrumah. No. The Northerners is not joined because they hated Nkrumah. No. The Northern People's Party did not join because they hated Nkrumah. The Muslims did not join because they hated Nkrumah. They all joined with a motive to bring development to where they were. Now, enomoko ga Sifimo bi omoko fa nkranfo so kakra be ka ho enomo sa ko nkranman mu enom say no we need the people in the Greater Accra region enomoko fa eye ga Sifimo bi eye gas based group from Accra omoko nkran so group be na wa ha mo nkranfo mo be join it na ye nyina ye nkopre eye at the Pambrefie nkranfo no they were swimming at the beach. They were having a wonderful time. They thought to say development is good. This is a coalition. We all want betterment. Obia, the majority of the people group that joined were not joined because they hated Nkrumah. They joined because they wanted something to come to them. And in terms of development, them being recognized. It wasn't because they hated Nkrumah and thought to say Nkrumah was against Ga people. Nkrumah was against Awonafo. Nkrumah was against Muslims. Nkrumah was against Northerners. Nkrumah was never against those people. And those people knew it. But they joined because they felt we all needed one voice to bring development to our respective areas and the religion we are in. Now, they now went to the Togolese Congress, that is the TC, representing our communities in Transvolta, Togoland. Into almost sako eye border no so. And almost sako fa eye Transvolta. And kofona ekufu the castle obu be yeku etu no na obo bi mutuo no. Aha. They brought those people and added them to it. Until now, technically, they have been able to tap into about 70% of the nations. That time, your regions and also. Until now, they have gotten other groups to join them for it to look like a united front. Now, can say, but together, I was say, your friend Adewe, the UP, the United Party, no, and when the Billy D, it was led by Buzia. Remember, NLM, Bafwa Kutu, Ene Ekufuado, Omonomti NLM, Northeast People's Party, Muslim Association Party, and Law Youth Organization, Shifimo, P, Ene Eye Togolese Congress. Time Omudi we nyina ba together mu nyina tena dai ba kumu say Buzia and the belly. So you see, the strategy was that they wanted to put all these people together. After that, they would spearhead it. Because say ebeye NLM nkwa, they will not have that weight. Say ebeye Northern People's Party nkwa, they will not have that weight. Now, the people who wanted to go after Nkrumah and destroy Nkrumah's government was Buzia mo. It was Dankwa, Buzia, and Edian, Dombo. Now, remember, Dombo mo be joining, they didn't join because they hated Nkrumah. No. Dankwa, and Edian, Bafwa Kotomo, and Buzia mono. The intention was to use these people against the Nkrumah government. And see, omuwe we nyina and a Buzia lead here. Now, I'm saying, and in a one be NPP, on say, there's never been a day. All these people I have mentioned, say I kind of critically, they are all supposed to be part of the NPP. In Tinkaoka NPP, and Kaonka Dankwa Buzia Dombo, or Sankaka Dankwa Buzia Dombo, Anlo, Gafishi, Togolese, and you are supposed to mention all of them. Now ask yourself, why have they, for a long time, NPP, in your platform, you say Dankwa Buzia Dombo? Because Dankwa Buzia Dombono, they basically had a coup that they were going to spearhead this. Majority of the group, they didn't recognize them. They added the Dombo because they needed the Northness to make them look strong. That's it. The plan was hashed. But the way the plan was hashed, not only to me executive plan because they did not have weight. They were one opposition. They needed a lot of opposition to make them look bigger. They needed feathers. No more here a atakra to look like even though they were chicken, they needed atakra to look like they were turkeys. Into the feathers necessary and I feel big to say that is what they were doing. And they were able to get all these people to be parts of what we call the UP. Now, come all the way down to 2025. And there's a new group. As our new group, and say they have decided to move on. They don't want to be part of this group. Some other groups in UP4 and neglected or eja Dankwa Buzia Dombono. Now the Buzia na sebu obeli di UP no ne nananom omwa na omoka party no me starting and say they don't want to be part of this party. What will cause or what will make them today come out to say, we don't want to be part of this party. NPP. We got party no So then at this year, it will say, even though me this year, sa him feel women besametna na sa this year who be wa him feel wa sebio enkaye. This year, obetumi di ade. Alan Cash, obetumi di president. Obetumi use the NPP di president. This year, the nananom and the supporters say, ye free ahimfi ha. That means say either say on hine na otia ahimfi no wane. ɛna wɔde ntoma egu so ɛna ahemfie hɔ bɔn ɛna ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛka no korɛ ɛna ɛyɛ adehyeɛ ni baako ehu sɛ nana wotwa woto ka ne yɛn hohoro nti adehyeɛ no sɛ yɛbɛtena ha ehua ebini kankan wei deɛ ɛn deɛ me nso ne me group yɛbɛkɔ akɔsi yɛdeɛn yɛn nso yɛkɔ akɔsi yɛ palace ne atenam nti sɛ ɛnda dehyeɛ ɛne n'ekyi dɔm sɛ saa fie ha yɛntumi ntena ɔsɔ ɔte ase sɛ ida sɛ sɛbio ɔhene no wabɔ dam anaasɛ sɛbio ɔhene no ɔyɛ wudini anaasɛ sɛbio no ɔhene no ɔnka no korɛ anaasɛ bia sɛbio ɔhene no n'ahemfie no ɔde yɛ adeɛ bi a adehyeɛ no anhwɛ a ɔmo so yɛbɛka sɛ ɔmo yɛ deɛn nankawefoɔ because ɔpanyin te fie ne yɛwe nanka na panyin no anka bi a yɛka nankawefoɔ a saa panyin no ɔka ho enti ɛnɛ ɛyɛ buziafoɔ no sɛ they want to walk ɔmo ti ɔmo ho mate me ho na ɛstarte 1957 no ɛno na asa aba 2025 meka kyerɛ m sɛ they will change their name they will change their words they will change who they are but the real character no untumi nsesa no and that is what is manifesting today. Now is it not interesting obi bɛka sɛ Alankojo Kyerematen in the group ɔmo anya adeɛ Alankojo Kyerematen in the group they have taken the best decision. Now, so we share and the launch the UP, the new UP. We share nipa omo at least they have admitted that they lived with criminals. At least they have been honest with themselves. Oma jatum say nipa ye ni omo sign no omo nye nipa papa omo ye wudifoɔ omo say mine omo ye etutrafoɔ. One thing basically I admire about what they did today is that they want to give Ghana politics a new breath. They want to prove to Ghana for say there are still politicians so almost finding almost solved with murderers, liars, they can move away from there. Their impact might not be felt today, maybe in 8 years, maybe in 16 years, maybe in 24 years, but their impact will be felt eventually because at least some principles have been followed. Intended tamana omoye sa eye inauguration we know. There was one thing that basically impressed me. I saw people with dignity. I saw people with self-respect. I saw people who basically wanted to tell Ghanaians say, we at least respect you. We know we have offended you. We are trying to let you know that we are humans, we make mistakes, and we can change. That is why they have decided to carve a different path. You see the kind of people who today decided to say, the Buzia group, we want to basically move on. We want to prove to Ghanaians that, you know something, we have offended you people. We want to show you that you know your home and we can be better. And when you hear them sing, when you hear them talk about what they want to do, you might not feel it and then you're 8 years, 12 years, but eventually people will come to believe, say, this current NPP is a dangerous political party. And Nintina, one pillar of the NPP, and the Ateno, abeti a new UP. Now, I'm sure I DB. Let's go back a little bit into history. Thank you very much, team, for bringing this. You see this? This is what the NPP at the end of the day, Senya UP no anantia babedru ende, abadani NPP ende, omona nanum bi say yentumi nya part of this party. Evolution of the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. Year, party, name, and key figures and notes. In 1947, United Gold Coast Convention, founded by Pa Grant, J.B. Dankwa, and others, first formal political party in the Gold Coast. And about 1951, opposition faction, after Nkrumah broke away from CPP, UGCC weakened. Regional parties like NLM, NPP, Northern People's Party, and others emerged. Now, when it comes to from 1951 to 1957, now, when you move forward, you see in 1957, United Party came and formed as the coalition of opposition parties after the Avoidance of Discrimination Act led by DKA, Buzia, and SD Dombo. Clearly, these are disgruntled people. A convincing but the idea was that yena ye pese ye tunkruma na magana be ye dia. What Alankojo Kyerematen and the team no ayende no it is something we all have to understand. Say, na it was say AC. Because you see, the NPP for a long time, almost sideline Buzia for, almost sideline Eye Dombo for, and it is only about the Dankwa. And into the end there, we have only the Dankwa Institute. And no, I to say it is the brain of the NPP, but that is not it. We don't have Buzia Institute. We don't have Dombo Institute. They have done everything to suppress everybody to make the party about Dankwa. And into your Adiom for the Dankwa Institute, they are forcing or they have forced it to represent the NPP. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he's neither Dankwa, he's neither Dombo, or he's neither Buzia. But the reason why today he's Dankwa is because of his greed. Mahmoud Bawumia is an NDC. Mahmoud Bawumia Papa worked with Kwame Nkrumah. Mahmoud Bawumia ne Papa worked with the NDC, Jerry John Rawlings. Mahmoud Bawumia saw an opening because of his greed. So he joined the Dankwa group, the Dankwa cartel. That can lie for you to believe, say it is the truth. So at this point, the Dankwa group have made sure Mahmoud Bawumia represents them. The same coup they did. And that is what they are doing today. And Intina, no matter what, they made Bawumia the flag bearer in 2024. Because you see, the Dankwa group, they are very good at doing internal coups. And then they bina or the bear flag bearer, or ye Paul Afuku, or ye Kobne Japan. They know how to internally dismantle the base of a party and become the leaders of a party. The same way they did with UP. How they were able to convince all these people to think that the formation of the UP was about something positive. But the intentions within was to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. And that is the same thing. NPP way they are even forcing to impose another Dankwa who is in the name of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Let me tell you, the reason why Bawumia Echo 2024 was to prove to Ghana for say, oh, Dombo for no crown polo kanya. No, it was the making of the Dankwa group. The Buzia group, they have seen it. They believe, say, the role they played to get UP to be UP and to change into NPP, they cannot be underestimated. They cannot be seen as a side group. Today, when you take the books of the NPP, the history of the NPP, hardly do you hear anybody talk about the Buzia fashion. It is all about the Dankwa Institute. It's all about the Dankwa people. It is all about what the Dankwa wants. It's all about Dankwa imposing people on them. The Dankwa today wants to impose Mahmoud Bawumia on the people because one, Bawumia is greedy. And two, they believe they own the party because it was their mastermind that put together the UP. What you are seeing today, Alan is saving a political party that is dying because some group of people feel entitled, feel they own the party. The NPP cannot run away from its past. NLM was basically formed by Bafwa Koto ana oya chiame to sa time no ohine ana oya asantehene. Bafwa Koto party na otie no na onte party so ko football club. Ote party ni fra himfie. Time Kwame Nkrumah ede samra ne ba se obi antumi emfa himfie te party no ene na ma omudi omusika be hye mu so omubetu Kwame Nkrumah. Into whether you like it or not, the NPP is a tribal party. It was built out of tribalism. The intentions made the NPP no na Bafwa Koto help political party or de eye akonya be fra na ode tietia nipa bi fa ahodie so apuopu nipa bi. And nuntina as ochiami to ohine no odi ni sika ete party wa himfie. And then Kwame Nkrumah hu ye okase da bi ye ntumi nte party wa himfie e ma ne represent obia because the interest of the himfie is only to a tribe and not to everybody. And Nkrumah can say the interest to interest of a religion is only to the religion. The interest of a political a tribe is only to the tribe, and he is not going to allow some people's interest to overshadow the collective interest of the people. Into the rabbi said, Obian to me engina eye enton ebusia ekuo ene edien eya konwenimu ente party. Ultimate tia sorry for ente party. Eno ene ekoma sa group no ebufu ya they went after Kwame Nkrumah. Into what you are seeing today, it is the reflection of what has transpired in years. Now, Alan Kyerematen in the group, they are new breeds. They basically are looking at things from a neutral point. They are basically trying to let people know, say, Yatina Osumbimu for a long time. It has never been right. And it's about time we got to that point to understand and to let people know, say, Sa ye kuo we no, ye kuwa ye te no, sebio ye jina edien ahinie so ne ye te ye te na himfie. Ama ye ho enye Ghana fo akono. Ye party no entumi attract Ghana fo efri say, ye su any buy any baby ye free ba no. Say ye anti ye hu emfri wa. Eye Ghana fo ema ye tumi biom. It's Alan mo ehu ade kro. They have seen the light. They have seen, say, the Ghanaian is not stupid again. And they launched their anthem, and it was wonderful. It was patriotic. And let me tell you, Ghana politics from today, it has changed. The NPP, egu.